on Nuke.
Yeah, I mean, an incredibly impressive rally from Rare Adam in towards map number 2, being able to start incredibly strong on their CT side. And while it wasn't a perfect half, 10-5 enough to be able to close on out, some great T-sided rounds, and I think that momentum shift off the technical pause working just a tad bit better for them. But a full reset for both these teams and one more map to go. Inferno decides the fate of either Rare Adam or HUMMER Esports in their continuation here at ESL Challenger.
Who will face off again tomorrow? We'll have to wait and see. Again, looking at the stats, Rare Adam definitely favored the stronger team on this map and have played it more times, of course, than HUMMER have over the last 3 months. Does that mean much in this situation? I honestly don't think so. I think it's going to be the team that grabs hold of momentum first that could pull this one off, but we could be in for a nail-biter. delboNi. Gonna peek around here towards Banana. He is dropped by Moseyuh, and will they expect denoco behind sandbags is the question. They need to clear this, be methodical, and, well, denoco's gonna actually back away from it into the crosshair of Mercury. So Mercury says, okay, I will take that gift and walk on forward to this B site. Showtime's waiting there, but he has to fall back in towards CT, and now the site has been lost. Oh, great shot from JamYoung on the tail end, too.
Yeah, I was just lurking in towards mid in the underpass, trying to spring that trap, and it will become activated. Showtime still has a kit, but no utility to speak of, and other players hanging on towards his angle. Kaze does run out of ammunition, but he'll get out of dodge. And this one not looking too doable for HUMMER. Kaze out able to take one. Spots out a second player, but again, this time we're working against him. Kaze on the close corner. Crossfire with the player in towards Banana. Showtime for another, but this HP whittling, and he has no ammo. He needs to go for the knife.
Oh,
he gets one onto Kaze. Somehow this man is still alive too. No time on the defuse, but okay, he's forcing them back and gets more off of that. At least some money farmed up, if nothing else.
I mean, there was very little time, but he had a kid. Maybe if he tries to stick it, something happens. But of course, they were going to peek him.
I think it was like 4 seconds. I don't think it was possible, but like
it was close. It was close. But either way, they were going to peek him. It was over. The round was in favor of Rare Adam, but a great effort by HUMMER, trying to come back into that round despite Rare Adam being quite dominant in the early goings on that push down Banana. Alrighty, round number 2, and as has been the case in every single pistol round lost almost in this series, it's a force buy that comes out for the losing team in round number 2. HUMMER Esports to try and make this work. One of them an A1S, and Showtime gets the opener. I don't think Rare Adam were expecting an A1S to be up and running here, but Showtime with those 3 frags built up enough cash in his pocket to invest in the rifle.
And notably the knife as well, giving him the money to be able to get that as well as a head armor on through.
That's right, yes.
Yeah, great play of the economy. Again, very intentional, I'm sure, to be able to get that knife on through and buy a rifle in towards the second.
Certainly intentional. The second time we've seen a knife in those types of situations. Last time was Rare Adam, and this time HUMMER building up the cash. Man advantage here. denoco. Smoke at the ready. Waiting for visibility, and there he's going to find it. Smoke's going to get tossed on forward, and he could get a swing here, and a frag he does. Trying to spam through the smoke, finds himself a second. The 5.7 oft underused here is going to find 2, and the denoco upgrades to the MAC-10, and will throw a Molotov behind that smoke as well. That is important here for HUMMER Esports, who are making absolutely everything work on their force buy. The thing is, Rare Adam are falling back here, and there's a lot of space to be exploited onto A.
But still a player push close. CK Zhao has worked his way deep. He could even wrap to the underpass if he wanted to. For now, just holding space. And alt mid, I'm not sure if he heard those footsteps. I think he's aware. At least of the possibility of Rare Adam doubling back through this one. Multiple angles to hold, though, so a little bit of a risky position. Bomb will be recovered. And JamYoung just finds the right time. Right angle. CK Zhao is down for nothing. But no time. All good.
Yeah, no time at all. They will at least walk away with their rifles out of this round, which is a good save coming through for Rare Adam. But, I mean, given the circumstances, again, the force buy coming out and having some success here, as was the case at the beginning of Nuke before Rare Adam, really tore away and took complete control of that map. Will we get the force buy in response? I mean, the current meta indicates yes. We'll have to wait and see, though.
You'd probably expect it coming on through.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there you go.
There.
The investment is made. So the force buy wars have been so prevalent between these two teams across the first 2 maps, and that trend will continue here. Run boost across for CQK is I'll try and post on a deeper angle here with that scout in hand.
Moseyuh, P250, a couple of rifles on his team side, and they're looking to take control of bracket here. CK's out, spots him out, but gets caught with utility in his hands. JamYoung, the opener. ZQK very exposed here. Over at lane, has to be careful. Fires off a shot. Molotov's going to come through to try and slow down JamYoung. It does, but the pincher's coming in from the apartments. delboNi has to do work, but he's fully flashed, and that leaves ZQK ripe for the picking. delboNi does manage to get a response. Will he get more? He does, and Denoco supports to find JamYoung. Crazy round, but it is going to be HUMMER Esports with a huge edge. Moseyuh with that scout was somehow the last man standing, but he will be cleaned out, and HUMMER Esports strike back for a second round.
Great denial on the hit there out of Rare Adam. And that, I mean, might just shut down the opportunities of the continual Force Fight Wars coming on through here. HUMMER Esports, tough end. Back on Nuke, but they're stepping things up early. Very great anchoring in towards the pit from delboNi. You're seeing some of the issues with that buy, and there was no utility to clear this man out. He was unabated in that position and nearly claiming the ace. The 4K will do as Rare Adam are just down to the Glocks in this one. ZQK to find himself on the board will look to find that opportunity with the AWP posted in mid, and Mercury might just give it to him, tag, but no kill connecting. Yeah,
delboNi making an argument for the 5-7 in a big way. He's got 3 huge frags coming through with it, and guys, 5-7 is good. You should use it more.
It is very good. I feel like the CZ is like the accident gun. You go in one corner, get one. Try and pray that you're able to get a little something more. But the 5-7, you can get some great moments out of it. And, well, this round a great one for the side of HUMMER. Flawless in that one. Great shutdown on towards the pistols. But the Force by War Zecos, that's all over. Rare Adam will be able to buy on into this one.
Yeah, and I mean, early momentum belongs to HUMMER. If they can keep this one going, it could end up being their map. As mentioned, I do believe momentum's going to play a huge factor here, especially considering it's been a long day. A lot of Counter-Strike being played, and some of these players might be a little fatigued, so might have some trouble getting back and recovering from a very big deficit should that be built up. But Rare Adam have proven to be quite resilient here, as Kaze is going to come through, looking down at that smoke towards mid. CK Zal tosses the Molotov into the apartments, perhaps a little preemptive, but he wants to ensure that quick push doesn't come through.
delboNi just jiggling in towards the bracket. We'll pop that molly off of contact and just, again, buy space for HUMMER. They're playing rather passive in towards the setup, not really contesting over towards top banana nor over towards A. Instead, relying on getting an early shot off one of these players, hoping that Rare Adam will just contact into them, give away one of these openers, and allow those util traps to be activated. CQK was looking for the opportunity that flashed off the line. Will be forced to fall away. Rare Adam still slow to claim space off of that, and they'll be re-smoked. However, disrespecting through it, a dink connects onto delboNi, but only a smidgen of damage.
Yeah, CK Zal also goes down to 11. ZQK needs to do work here with the off. He gets one, could get isolated, and he does. Advent finds the trade, and then the second onto CK Zal. delboNi, a lot of pressure on his shoulders now. AK up against 3 players, trying to hide. Spotted out, though, by Advent. Gets the wall bang shot onto him. 4v2 in favor of Rare Adam as Denoco and Showtime pull the plug immediately. They decide to fall back here and save their guns. Rare Adam strike back.
Great 3K to be picked up there by Advent. Really strong opening kill. Isolates that AWP player and is able to punish off of that, recovering the op itself and continuing that momentous streak. HUMMER Esports, again, you mentioned, just back in towards the save. They'll have enough money to be able to buy back in towards this next round, but this was the break to momentum that Rare Adam needed. We saw on map number 1 that when that momentum started to slip away, they struggled to recover. A massive streak that HUMMER managed to win on out to close that one. Here, they do not make that same mistake. They're resilient, find the right call, and are able to break it early.
All right, so a back and forth start here to this first half. Advent is very key, of course, to find those 2 frags. Honestly, you can go down afterwards and Advent spots out the player with the jiggle peek and says, yeah, this will just go right through the wall, firing that bullet away, through the box, and gets that frag. So Rare Adam looking to tie things up here, but HUMMER's economy actually pretty good, so they're able to get the off, the 4A1Ss, and full utility pretty much. CQK short 1 piece, 1 flashbang. That's not going to bust them too much. Moseyuh tossing that Molotov towards the top of Banana, but the counter utility from HUMMER is very good. In fact, Moseyuh was trapped. He had to jump over the Molotov just to get away.
Burned down to half HP, and HE continuing to deal the damage. Only 20 health remaining for Moseyuh. HUMMER Esports will tuck back for the moment towards A as they're giving a lot of space again over to Rare Adam. Lots of respect in these early rounds, just trying to open something up. It failed them previously, but I like this setup here. Crossfire between Pit and mini pit, but again, not really being tested just yet. Rare Adam wait for that util to be expended by HUMMER, and will look to re-clear banana in towards the late run. It's the right call. HUMMER cheating 4 players over towards A.
Yeah. Trying to gamble that Rare Adam will go in that direction, but the fact of the matter is that ZQK by his lonesome in the smoke, not very good. A bit of a gap around the right side, perhaps intentional. We'll have to see. They peek around it and, oh, hello, ZQK. I'm just going to back off for a moment, and they might just immediately move towards A, which is exactly what HUMMER wants, right? Unless they back off of their hold and are baited out to rotating players, which does happen. So only 3 now on to A. And perhaps 2. Look at this. Dinoco's also going to fall back to B, but the hit is 100% going to the A site. A mistake by HUMMER in reading this execution.
CK Zhao and delboNi both anchoring towards the pit here. That crossfire needs to be potent in this one. Dinoco actually an opportunity to fight to aid his teammates. Only 20 seconds left on the clock. CK Zhao able to take down JamYoung now.
Oh,
this round comes into question because another one picked on up. It gets awkward again towards these smokes. But look at the bomb. It's doubling back over towards B. There's still a player anchoring. If this bomb falls on the ground, the round might just be over. And now ZQK, he can end it. Finds the shot. Bombs on the ground. The calling got so odd there towards the final moments for Rare Adam. So committed in towards that hit for A. They attempt to double back, but just no time to thoroughly clear that site.
Yeah, that was a bit of a mistake for Rare Adam. Honestly, they should have just committed to the A hit and gone fast. Instead, they stall out and the rotations come back. There was a very nice window for them to just storm onto A and take it, but they overthink it. They rotate around. They go through smokes, and you know there are players waiting for them on all sides, especially that B site, which they had no information on with very little time left. And well, you saw the result. They were not able to close that out, and HUMMER now looking for some momentum gain, but Mercury is going to manage to get the opener out to Showtime. The nade is a little bit chonky. Advent down to 70 and Mercury 89. delboNi, along with Dinoco, are going to be waiting here. And the utility is good once more to perhaps force Rare Adam off this banana hit. They've been very, I would say, not non-committal on that banana hit, right? Because as soon as the utility comes out, they are hesitant to even push any further.
Yeah, I mean, you saw in the previous round, they're trying to just expend that kind of push-pull, re-pushing towards the late round. But the thing is, HUMMER was disciplined enough with their utility. They had enough to stall out until the very waning moments of the round. And one thing's in the end. And in this one, it's just a dry peek in towards the AWP.
Goodness gracious.
ZQK picks up a double. Has a nade to try and break his way back on out, but no one continuing to test him. Maybe an opportunity here if Nova Swing comes to fruition, but over towards the other side, a big pick is found. However, delboNi is immediately on the scene, has a smoke to block off space here. He's getting spammed down, but it won't be disrespected by Rare Adam. Molly goes in deep. JamYoung actually finding one. Bomb is still on the floor. The op is still hitting shots for ZQK, and he wants to press forward for more. The bomb is still down. This man fights for looking for the ace, but not permitted. JamYoung for one. It's down to just this 1 versus 1. What a chaotic round.
What does JamYoung do here? Does he have the info? Is A even the right hit? He doesn't really have much time to think about it. And here comes a rotation for delboNi. JamYoung jumps down, gives the audio cue away, so delboNi knows that he's on this site. Starting to plant the bomb, does get it down, looking in the right direction, misses the chance to take down delboNi with the headshot. Perhaps going to get another opportunity here. He does, but whiffs again. delboNi comes through, gets the 5th round on the board for HUMMER. And I mean, look, that's a great shutdown by delboNi. Dodging the bullets, a little bit of a whiff on the Rare Adam side, but still, that is all ZQK that opens up that space. Incredible work with the op.
I mean, what is that round? Rare Adam again, they provide pressure over towards banana. They take 2 players there. They take him down, try and rotate back on over. Again, last second, sprinting in towards that AWP dry. 4 players die as a result. They still somehow almost win the round.
You're absolutely right. I mean, I just don't understand why they're so hesitant to try and go and take that control towards the B site. They are playing into the hands of HUMMER at this point by doing this and going back to A, and ZQK was happy to oblige. Alrighty, here we go. Round number 8, but HUMMER has the early edge, and good for ZQK, of course, that he looks to be back in the form that he was on Mirage, as opposed to Nuke, where he started to quiet down quite a bit.
Util again coming in. Okay, unlucky. Little pink on towards the teammate there. For HUMMER Esports, these little mistakes can start to add up, especially when it's against an anti-eco. The Dinks man dies to a Tech 9 headshot.
That's tough. That is tough because he had the rifle and going down to 69, that one shot from the tech, which may have been non-lethal at that range, instead is a frag. ZQK, the team kill comes through. What is happening into this round? Team damage, team kills. ZQK and Showtime are going to help out. That team kill comes out and there was no follow-up frag on top of it, so that one stings so much for Rare Adam. They could find the bomb plant here, and they will, but Showtime, along with the rest of HUMMER, have a huge opportunity to go for the retake.
4v2 in towards this one, and only one weapon available for Rare Adam, just a P250 up on Kaze, and, well, it doesn't look like it should be possible. Kaze alone, trying to swing forward with that P250, but not going to be happening. Another retake here coming out of HUMMER, another round 1-6-2 now. That momentum certainly feels like it's building up.
Yeah, I think the fatigue is starting to settle in here. We saw it on both sides, the team damage on HUMMER. I mean, that was obviously just unlucky, right? Because the player was walking into the angle.
Nice flick from Mercury, though, to kill his teammate.
Yeah, it was a great flick. Great shot, but unfortunately on the wrong team. Not the one you want to get.
It's better shooting from ZQK. He is, like you said, really stepping up in this game. Back-to-back rounds where his impact is almost single-handedly won out these moments. And it's actually HUMMER to take the time out. They're trying to cool things off. Some mistakes happening that really shouldn't be. You know, everyone's tired. It's been a long day of Counter-Strike, but just chill out, play the fundamentals. All good. They're already in the lead. They have that momentum in their favor. Yeah, that round was very, very chaotic on both sides, and HUMMER realizing it and saying, okay, step back. Let's talk this over. Make sure that we have our ducks in a row and that we can go back in this round. We have the advantage. Things are going our way. There's no reason for us to be making silly mistakes and getting team damage out there and double peeking the angle and perhaps even lining up a Colat. They're lucky that wasn't perhaps an AK or something like that coming around the corner right when those shots were being fired and right when they were lined up. Anyway, look, the timing was not against them and they still get the round, but good idea to call a timeout and talk things over. Yeah, I'm always happy to see those proactive timeouts from coaches. Even if you're winning sometimes, still becomes necessary to take that moment, chill things out, and get everyone on your team on that same page. In this round, though, will be weapons up for both sides. The AWP again available for Rare Adam. Early on, it's a heavier presence over towards A, not really testing that space in Banana. They put a deep smoke up early in the round, but beyond that, that space not being tested. You see HUMMER just playing deep. That retake utility available to fight for Banana in the late round if it becomes necessary, but the brunt of this force is headed towards A, which stacks strong with 3. However, Moseyuh will try and re-clear a bit of space here, just continuing to apply that pressure towards B. HUMMER looking to extend their lead even further, and a smoke's going to get tossed in Arch side. Guys off some visibility on the HUMMER side. Rare Adam trying to work towards mid this time. They've been putting a lot of pressure on Banana, but they want to get into this A site as opposed to using up all their utility on a Banana hit. They are going to be a little short on that util, but so is HUMMER. Only 2 pieces left. That said, ZQK doesn't need util. He just needs the big green, which he's been connecting on round after round, and he has the opening frag again here as delboNi's peeking around Moto to try and deny any space gained Arch side. They are funneling Rare Adam exactly where they want them once more, as they have 2 players setting up a crossfire here at lane. Yeah, really well set up out of them. JamYoung still holding in towards the apartments. It looks like Rare Adam does want to still commit in towards this pop. Oh, nice. He's out, knocked low, and another kill. 3 picked on up on the entry for Rare Adam. This is all falling apart for HUMMER, but the time, it is still incredibly low. If they can deny plant, they can still win the Showtime. Makes an attempt, but just pushes a bit too deep, falls for nothing. And Rare Adam, somehow, some way, 3 left alive. Bomb is planted. Denako, I mean, sure, he has some money left, but I don't think it's worth going for in this one. No util to do so. No. He's 100% saving it. And the thing is, in that round, like I said, they had Rare Adam exactly where they wanted them. 2 players set up there to try and deny with a crossfire set up towards lane. And no, it's just Moseyuh who comes out with 2 great ones. Gets the first and then immediately flicks around to find that second. They clear out the A site without losing a body, which is fantastic. So HUMMER Esports have to settle for the save, and that momentum is brought to a bit of a halt here. I mean, not enough money because these rounds have been so close to properly invest into this round. I mean, they could make it work, right? They can get the A1Ss up and maybe even the op, and there it is. I think one player could still be short a little bit, but perhaps some creative accounting will get them up and running with a decent buy up here. Right around out of Moseyuh and JamYoung in that one. Just that duo creating the space over towards A. I mean, it was such a telegraphed play. HUMMER was in the right position. Like you said, exactly where they wanted that Apex squad, but regardless, able to come out on top. Still, there is money in the back pocket here for HUMMER, and that AWP has been such a win condition this half is again out.
They sacrificed the util to bring the op out. We'll see if that one pans out and pays off. And granted, HUMMER have been winning the aim duel, so I can't necessarily blame them for sacrificing the util. I like this. This plays interesting in Boiler. Could cost them, but no. CSGO and delboNi were both stacked up together, perhaps hoping that Rare Adam wouldn't expect it if one player goes down, but no player goes down. They get the opening frag.
Yeah, that they do. Instead, this will be a head over towards B, though. Smoke's already raining out. Kanoko needs to hold on to something. Will amble up above the smoke, but his teammate falls around him. One with the A1S. Damage already dealt. On towards the second, looking for a little bit more. And, well, the duo, they claim two, but the site is lost. 2v3 to work this retake.
Yeah, but still a great job by Denoco to keep the numbers in favor of HUMMER. Post plant now, great Molotov thrown. delboNi has to back off, and a little bit of time burned off of this bomb plant, but they still are going to have to defend against a couple of flashbangs and a smoke on the HUMMER side. Those flashes are going to come in, trying to set up the double peek from Coffins, and it will come through. ZQK connects onto Kaze, leaving only JamYoung stranded and alone. He's trying to find something, but he's trying to be patient at the very least to get one. And the second, does he get the third as well? JamYoung with the 1v3 clutch pulls it off miraculously. And that is a shot in the arm for Rare Adam.
Look how stoic he is. This guy barely even reacts. He's just chilling out. Another day in the office to find the 1 versus 3. That is absurd.
I mean, the timing had to be perfect. He was patient, waited for the opportunity to come through, waited for the guard to be let down very slightly from HUMMER, and they didn't clear out that angle, so they had no idea he was there, and he picks off every single player and then flicks into the smoke at the end to spray down the diffuser. Wow, that is incredible for them, and it breaks the economy of HUMMER, who are just going to push down mid with the USBs, and they have one player stranded here for Rare Adam. Could this get messy? No. Moseyuh and Mercury, along with Advent, take care of business. Only showtime left with the op, and man, I thought he might want to try and get away, but I guess with so much time left on the clock, there wasn't an opportunity.
Yeah, and he was trapped from either side regardless. No way that AWP is making it in towards the next round, at least in the hands of HUMMER Esports. Rare Adam really starting to rally in this one. I'm actually kind of surprised that HUMMER doesn't take a pause off those last 2 rounds, slow things down a little bit, but they'll go straight back into it. Seem to have an idea of what they want to do. No AWP to speak of, though. That has been one of their big win conditions in this half. It won't be available here.
Rare Adam clawing their way desperately back into this match. Momentum has shifted in a very significant way. HUMMER Esports do have the rifle buy-up again, but I think, like you mentioned, the op is not in play on their side. Just the rifles.
Look at the setup over towards Banana. HUMMER has been actually pushing quite aggressively. 2 players fighting for the space off of a deep smoke, but Rare Adam, they're very slow in this one, holding back towards their spawn, trying to see if HUMMER will send another one of those fast plays on out, but instead, it's just the 2-wide setup over towards Banana. 1 player up top on the anti-flash, the other to take close contact. The setup should be tested in this one. Flash forward, player swing, it's a high-low, but the second flash better to connect, and unfortunately for Tanako, Showtime had to fall away. No support for his teammate, now alone on this B site.
Yeah, he's probably going to be calling for reinforcements, but no, they are convinced that Rare Adam's going to go towards the A side. I'm not sure that's necessarily the wrong call, and now they send the rotations over with the cross smokes thrown, but that was a really good play from Rare Adam because only 1 player there, and now the hit's going to come to A. They get 1 delboNi, the trading delboNi the second 2. He's looking to make it a 3K, perhaps answering what JamYoung delivered in that previous round with a 3K of his own.
But they've gone back B.
Yeah.
In all the chaos, they've doubled back again.
They are rotating back and forth so effectively. The thing is, do they have a smoke here? They do. They will smoke off the cross. And now a Molotov thrown, but he's ahead of it.
And it didn't make noise at all. No tick was spotted in that one. 1 player taking on down. Kaze trying to get this plant across at Mercury. There for support, but only 10 seconds. If ZQK can come through the smoke, if he can find the spray, anything to deny. Could have won the round, but not to be. 2 versus 2 now. In towards this retake. Both sides lacking on the utility. A crossfire established. 1 back towards the coffins. The other on the close box. It's spotted out as Mercury taken down. Now just 1 man. Kaze, he's in the molly. He's porting. Still finds 1 and the Tech 9 in hand. It is another clutch for Rare Adam. Kaze coming up huge with the 1 versus 2.
What are these clutches coming through from Rare Adam at such critical junctures, too?
It's like the same situation, practically back to back.
Yes. I mean, a little bit, I want to say easier. Still, it's a 1v2, right, to pull it off, and he has to go to the pistol.
Yeah.
But yeah, back-to-back clutches happening there for Rare Adam in the 1vx situations on that B site. So HUMMER probably feeling a little bit dejected at this point that they're unable to close out these advantages. And I think a timeout would have been a good idea there to talk things over and try and figure out what the heck is going wrong here. But instead, they're just going to walk into this half buy. It's got features 2 deagles. That's 2 5.7s and the P250, along with 5 pieces of utility, 4 of them smoke. So they're probably going to try and slow down the pace of play here and keep Rare Adam from pulling off a quick push.
I feel like you're like going car salesman mode for a moment there. Like, just sell me on this round. What can we see from it?
Well, we're going to have JamYoung pushing up here. Rare Adam are setting themselves up for a hit towards mid. Kaze could be peeking out towards delboNi, but decides to fall off instead. And this is something that, again, we talked about in that previous round. Rare Adam are doing a really good job rotating back and forth, keeping HUMMER Esports guessing. No hesitation either, and that's what's important on Inferno. You can't go back and forth and slow play it. If you're going to play this type of style, it has to be quick, fast-paced, and no hesitation, and that's what Rare Adam's doing.
Yeah, they've done a great job at it. I mean, that's to contrast the early rounds where they were struggling with exactly what you were saying, some indecision towards these late round moments, and I mean, rounds slipping away as a result, but that indecisiveness seems to have slipped them by as we've gotten much deeper in towards this first half. A player boosted on the flower pot, a deep smoke. They want to fight towards spawn here, and Mercury able to find the first. It's a great time to change the setup on this site taken for Showtime. Could be in a bit of trouble, however, yet to be clear, the AWP holding the line and his advent instead to find the angle and take him down. That was really the risk factor in that round. It will just be these pistols now, no util to back him up, bar 1 smoke on the side of HUMMER.
delboNi peeking around here. And yeah, I mean, Rare had him at full control. There isn't much to save on HUMMER, and JamYoung's going to just deal the killing blow to 2 players, probably the last one as well. There it is, JamYoung ready to deliver another 3K. This one much easier than the prior, but 7-6 in favor of Rare Adam. They've taken the lead. This was 6-3 in favor of HUMMER. In fact, maybe even 6-2, right? And I think so, yeah. It's been 4 rounds in a row in favor of Rare Adam.
Yeah.
So, yeah, actually 6-2 at one point. I can't believe this recovery, and starting to trend a little bit like Nuke.
Yeah, it is certainly feeling that way. And again, no timeout taken here. HUMMER's going straight back into things. AWP is back up. That was what was working so well for them in some of these early rounds. But again, Rare Adam have changed their style in towards these last few, been so much more decisive on these executes, and it's worked fantastically for them. 3 players on HUMMER, stationed over towards Banana. And Rare Adam, again, not really testing that space.
Bullets flying through walls, being spammed through doors, everything coming through here on both sides. But at the end of the day, not much connecting in terms of damage. HUMMER Esports perhaps on the receiving end of a little more than Rare Adam, with Showtime and Dinoco down to 92 and 84 HP respectively. But yeah, no fuss, no muss. They're ready to go here still into this round. And a lot of time on the clock for Rare Adam to execute. Ooh, ZQK was hitting those shots earlier on in this half, is starting to whiff. He needs to connect on something here. If they're to hold on to this B site, there comes a nade to the top of his head. He is not going to back off. Another one down to 13 HP. Really committed to holding that angle. Honestly lucky to be alive, but he is going to eventually fall back here. And look at Rare Adam. They commit so much utility. HUMMER perhaps thinking they're going to come towards B, but they still do post up at the A site, which is a good call because they didn't spot out the bomb just yet. Look at these rotations. They're going back and forth so quickly, like I mentioned earlier. Wow.
Yeah, it is an interesting one. It's very tough to read if you're HUMMER.
Oh, yeah.
Dinoco is playing with the aggression in this one. He'll just tuck towards the sandbag 1 for 1. Really not enough in that position, but now is the time for this AWP to come alight. ZQK looking for more on the angle. No smoke yet to cover. Kaze does have one and will deploy it, and ZQK not testing his luck. Will boost his teammate up and over. That bomb carrier is spotted but forced to drop on away, and the spam ineffective in denial. Still, this man advantage on this retake for HUMMER, but the utility most certainly lacking. And JamYoung again is in spawn. Every round, this man is holding a sneaky position, playing spoiler on these retakes, but it does mean he will not be a part of this defense. He's wrapping all the way back through Banana, and Advent cannot find the kill onto CK Zhao. Again, Kaze alone on the site, waiting for his teammate to try and rotate on over, but the flash, that was not even his team's flash, and it still works against them. Showtime down, Kaze looking for more. Can this defuse come on through? Maybe not, because JamYoung already fast on that flank. The stick is coming through, but JamYoung just faster. Another 1 versus 2.
I mean, honestly, Rare Adam, I think 3 of the last 4 rounds, they don't care. They're a man down, 2 men down. It doesn't matter. They're still able to clutch them out. And again, losing those types of rounds, one after the other, if you're HUMMER Esports, is going to start to pile up on your mental. So let's see if they can keep it together here, because the resurgence is very real on the Rare Adam side. 5 rounds in a row now, as they're looking to close out this first half with a round win streak. HUMMER Esports as well, a little limited. They're trying to go aggressive here. I don't mind it. Mix things up. Send delboNi right down towards mid and see what he can do. I think it might be expected. I'm not sure if the audibles were heard here on the Rare Adam side, and no, they weren't. Good flashbang thrown, in fact, by Kaze against his own teammate, but he makes up for it by finding the immediate trade.
We go 1 for 1 with 15 flashes, and we go 2 for 1 with the spray there. Both Dinoco and Showtime are shut on down. Mag 7 time, absolutely. ZQK for 1 there in the MP9 range. What am I witnessing? Somehow these guns are making it work. 2 rifles now recovered. ZQK has a full belt of utility. This retake is doable, but both players will be known coming towards Banana, and the AWP trained on the line.
Ogden's Law coming through, giving the op to the low HP player, as it arguably increases your odds of coming through with the win. Kaze is going to take care of his CK's out, and there you go. In fact, if it were Moseyuh with that AK, he would not have survived that duel. Instead, now we have a 2v1, and Moseyuh is going to drop ZQK here. 6 rounds in a row for Rare Adam to close out that half.
Yeah, 9 picked up in total. Very impressive T-side from this APAC squad. They will look to close on out to deny the chances for HUMMER to continue here in ESL Challenger after the break. final half of play here at ESL Challenger Valencia, at least for tonight. Rare Adam and HUMMER Esports, map number 3 of the series, looking to continue their life here in the lower bracket. Rare Adam up 9-6 on their T side, now hopping into the CT sided pistol. So many massive clutches, insane plays, keeping them alive in this one.
Yeah, 3 or 4 at the end there to help them get a 7-round win streak. It was 6 of 8 for Rare Adam at the beginning. They looked to be in control, for HUMMER in the beginning, but Rare Adam just struck right on back and were unable to be shut down or stopped on the HUMMER Esports side. Kaze now going to deliver the killing blow to Showtime to open up the fragging here into this second half. He's looking for a follow-up. JamYoung supporting, but there's Sunoco with a great answer. Will he get another one? He does, and his team is storming on forward, trying to find the frags to support him here, and they do. CK's out with 2, leaving Kaze isolated. He could clutch this one, but no. Finally, they deny Rare Adam. They end the win streak.
No more clutches.
Oh.
No more 1v2s. The streak finally put to an end. Great work there by CK Zhao.
I don't know if it's over for the clutches here on Rare Adam, but for that round, yes, at least.
A single round.
Yes.
It has been stopped, at least momentarily. Nice setup there from HUMMER. Very heavy, fast in towards the apartments. Smoke to allow themselves all drop out towards pit and just overwhelm the players in towards sites. And now they will be putting that buy back on in. For Rare Adam, a bit of an investment. FAMAS on deck. Upgraded pistols to work with to see how much damage they can deal in this one.
Oh, good flashbang thrown there by Rare Adam to stop the push on Banana in its tracks. And in fact, HUMMER Esports are just going to take their time, reset a little bit, and they toss a Molotov into sandbags. No one's there, but they just want to make sure, and can't really blame them for trying that. And Sunoco is going to lose his life to Moseyuh. Opening frag goes against HUMMER Esports, despite the fact there's only the 1 rifle on Rare Adam's side. Showtime throws away 1 to ensure that it won't be recoverable on the Rare Adam side. And I don't know if he threw that off the map or just into car. Either way, it will be a little more difficult for HUMMER Esports, Rare Adam to retrieve that, Mimi.
Yeah, that it will. Flashes to take space in towards bracket, but another boost over top the smoke and a brilliant shot at a Mercury there to take down another. Now this man advantage grows to 2 in the smokes, again delaying time. You talked about the util that they bought in towards this round that's proving potent. But Showtime has lurked his way up Banana. He stuck around when his team left, but he's being held for. Moseyuh just on the other side of the PT-50 should be able to spot this gun barrel if he jiggles just a little bit further, but he's been spotted by the other side. And now with the smoke across, Moseyuh forced to concede. Still a man in the back lines. The crossfire could be big, but yet to be activated. Advent, how much can he get from this hangout? Spots out 1 and takes down Showtime. Needs a little bit more, though. ZQK fighting forward, but Advent another. The FAMAS finding so much value in towards this round, and now he's just dancing within the smoke. delboNi is alone. He's struggling. Eventually takes 1 down with the Glock, but so much time bought for reinforcements.
Just a FAMAS brought into the round for Rare Adam.
Eagles, that was it.
I mean, HUMMER had the advantage in every way. They just appear to have lost their mojo completely here. Only that pistol round victory, and afterwards they can't even convert off of it. So Rare Adam retaking control. The stop in terms of momentum doesn't appear to have been converted here on the HUMMER Esports side. And of course, they will try for a force buy of their own, but I would have to say the advantage definitely lies in Rare Adam's favor. And that FAMAS will live to see another round. QK the tag and no frag, though. He will go down to Advent's MAC 10, so $600 built up into the economy of Advent, and then a nade gets tossed on forward to do even more damage against HUMMER.
Yeah, very chunky nade, at least onto Sunoco. Rare Adam hunting for their 11th in this one, and for HUMMER, I mean, losing out here, you're stuck down. You're probably looking towards at least 12 rounds picked up before you can get a full buy on towards your T side. These force buy wars have not been treating HUMMER Esports kindly. Neither here nor on Nuke have they really gone their favor. But still opportunity to turn around.
Yeah,
more players left the line.
I mean, Advent is lit thanks to the scout shot, but they're going to the opposite site, and this is where the A1S is waiting arch side. Mercury just takes a couple of shots and then decides to fall back to a more passive angle. Doesn't want to be taken down by perhaps a deagle shot or a deagle peek around that corner. A wise decision made. Just hold the site instead. You know they have inferior weaponry on their side. Let them come to you, and time is also starting to go on Rare Adam's side because only 40 seconds left in the round for an execute to come through, and look at the utility. There's none.
Yeah, nothing left. And Kaze still has a molly. If they double back here, that molly can buy even more time. delboNi,
Yeah, there it goes.
not burning, but does have to take a bit of a forward peek here. And Kaze there on the shutdown. Still, that Mac 10 is boosted over towards the flower pot. And Kaze just needs to bait in for that player one from Moseyuh. And it's actually Moseyuh to fall instead. Advent, the one with the Mac 10, picking things up from above. Showtime is alone and denied as well. Only 1 kill netted from the investment there as the 11th is garnered for Rare Adam.
Wow. I mean, it's so very difficult to take that B site without the cross smoke at your disposal. And you saw why there. I mean, Rare Adam just completely destroyed them as they tried to go onto that site and couldn't even set a foot past the rifles. Rare Adam, 11th round picked up. How do they have now? I think 9 or my math, is it off? 9 of the last 10? Anyway,
This is why I don't do math.
Something like that. It's something like that. They're doing really well for themselves.
You could just say a number. I would believe wholeheartedly.
There you go. Just believe.
Doesn't have to be real.
It could be off by 1, but who cares?
They've gotten a lot of rounds.
Yes. Over the last something rounds, Rare Adam have only lost 1. And now Showtime is going to be pushing up towards mid. It's just Glocks here coming out for HUMMER Esports. No utility, no armor. The best case scenario out of this round is getting a bomb plant. I don't see anything more than that coming from the HUMMER Esports side, as the rifles are just going to bear down on them. And look at the stack here for Rare Adam, predicting that it's going to be an A hit. They don't have to do this. They have to know that HUMMER are a little limited in terms of utility, but they only have Advent here as the forward guard on Banana. And they could, of course, easily rotate, and that's what they're going to do off that spot.
Smoke placed deep towards the top of Banana. A little bit of space conceded off of that. HUMMER Esports. Do they walk up in the space that's given to them? They've left CK Zhao over towards the apartments, and JamYoung is suspicious of this position. Will hold the angle. Okay, the Glock double dink. That's something
right?
You don't always see. But regardless of the fight towards A, B is the execute, and up top, the M4 sprays away, takes down 2, and Advent from the other side as well. Well locked down. Moseyuh and Advent too close. 12th now for Rare.
Felt like sorry, I mean, it felt like for a moment that could have been a Glocks moment, but it was yeah, nice kill though. That's really impressively done with the Glock to find 3. I think it's 3 headshots in a row to take down that player. But at the end of the day, it doesn't mean much. It's just 1 frag, and Rare Adam continue their run here. 12-7, 5-round lead. It just keeps on getting bigger and bigger. HUMMER Esports are going to have the rifles now, 4 AKs and the Galil. They're going to go for a quick hit. It looks like they want that control potentially towards mid and alt mid, but they have stalled out a little bit.
That they have. Slowing things down again early in towards this round. And Rare Adam, interestingly enough, not often putting a very heavy presence in towards Banana. HUMMER hasn't been testing that super much in the early rounds, which means they can have these heavier setups over towards A, and this is one of those rounds. It looks like Rare Adam are in the right place at the right time. HUMMER looking to make this execute a reality. You see 1 player anchoring in towards the pit, 2 cross-firing over towards Arches. If that space is gained, good molly. Mercury is burning. Does he have support? A flash, sure, but cannot get out of the flames. And with that setup, it's just dismantled. Man advantage now for HUMMER.
Yeah, they were just missing the smoke there. They were hoping that the flashbang would be enough, but no. I mean, he's burning alive, and HUMMER were able to close out that frag at least and finally give themselves a man advantage here in the early goings of a round in this second half. delboNi peeking around into a couple of smokes, and he's just going to decide to charge through library. Or wait there, in fact, in the smoke. Maybe he has a smoke fade to his advantage, or the push here. Timing appears to be favoring him, but Moseyuh actually didn't get spotted on time, and Kaze gets delboNi, literally saving his teammate's life and evening out the numbers. HUMMER could rotate around here towards the B site. They have the ground gain to Arch. They have a player top Banana, and that's what's going to happen here.
Yeah, but this re-clear is good. Brackets is retaken by Kaze. It all comes down to Tanaka and how much he can get from this lurk in towards spawn. 2 players, a crossfire on the site. Again, Moseyuh and Advent to anchor in this position. Flank is coming through. Are they aware of the possibility? Tanaka spots 1 out. The player wrapped back over towards the grave, and Advent in the backlines gets nothing. Moseyuh, for 1, needs a little bit more now. The Tech 9 actually all the way on the flank for Kaze, and again, these teammates saving each other for Rare Adam as JamYoung comes up big and shuts down 2 to close the round.
Just fantastic teamwork coming through. Everyone, like you mentioned, supporting each other, ensuring that HUMMER would never have the opportunity to gain the edge. And I mean, HUMMER, to their credit, did get control of the B site momentarily, but the retake was fantastic. Everyone on point, and Rare Adam just cannot cannot be stopped here. They've got a crazy run going for themselves right now, sitting at 10 rounds over the last 11. In fact, probably 11 over the last 12 at this point. It's just unbelievable what they've been able to put together. And wow. I mean, it's been JamYoung and Moseyuh clutching out. Kaze got involved in those clutch antics as well. And it feels like that pressure is starting to add up on HUMMER.
That it is. Great round from Kaze in that one. Able to find the flank in the late round with JamYoung in support and close things out. These chaotic moments not too favorable to HUMMER Esports, and with their money reset down to the Tech9's 1 Mac 10, nothing much to speak of here. They're looking at maybe 1, maybe 2 more rifle rounds to be able to close this one out. The momentum for Rare Adam right now looking so difficult to break.
It really is. What can HUMMER do, especially since they're losing these rounds round after round and unable to build up their economy? They are going to go for a half buy here to save up for a proper one in the next one, but having something go their way would certainly help out here, even though it's just pistols. Aside from the Mac 10, of course, the Denoco is rocking. He's probably going to be the tip of the spear going to the apartments here. Sees that nade come out, he peeks around the corner, and JamYoung has actually fallen back on top of the railing here at Balcony. But it's a good angle to hold. He's flashbang, but it doesn't matter. He will take down Denoco. Mercury gets delboNi, and CKZL manages to get one, but only one. This is still all Rare Adam, even though the pressure is continuing to be applied by HUMMER.
And the bomb is dropped. It's up top. Showtime does find one, but Moseyuh there with the tray. Showtime left alone in a 1 versus 3. Bomb not within his possession, and Rare Adam fully aware of his position up top from the graveyard. Advent on the shutdown. Half by only netting 2 kills as the 14th is found for Rare Adam.
Yeah, and that's not going to really hurt too much given how much success Rare Adam have had. 5 rounds in a row now on their CT side. It's been building up, and they've had a couple of clean ones in the mix there. So, yeah, looking at their economy, I mean, you have Kaze, JamYoung, and Moseyuh who have tons of money, can buy it for their teammates should they need it. And Mercury might in a round loss situation, even Advent, but I mean, they're fine. There's no question that they'll be comfortable despite even round losses coming through. And I don't even see that happening because of how well they're playing. Denoco is going to try and charge up here and gain the space at Banana, and Moseyuh is on the other end. Rare Adam peek around and actually punish. I thought Denoco had the edge in that battle.
It looked like it was going to be so, but Moseyuh again finding massive frags for Rare Adam. A 5v4 now. Space still held over towards A. 2 players were trying to claim space out towards the apartments, but nothing deep just yet. Plenty of time left on this clock, but Rare Adam starting to shrink back on this map. Not wanting to give anything away, not wanting to concede that man advantage.
Yeah, they have no reason to. Just play passively. HUMMER Esports need to come to you. They are the ones in Desperation Station. Smoke going to get tossed there for HUMMER for Arch side. Molotov flies into Boiler as a response from Rare Adam, and that's a good one to do because obviously HUMMER Esports were trying to sneak through there. Yeah,
and again, look at Rare Adam. They're changing up their setup in the late round here. So often it's been these late round B hits for HUMMER. This time it's 2 players back towards a new box, anchoring in different positions. Normally it's the crossfire between a player on site, one boosted up on the flower pot, but they're making these changes, keeping HUMMER on their toes. Smokes will be deployed in towards the A side. Archer's control being fought for, but it's really just delboNi taken down by Kaze. No one to support that player. Showtime is still over towards B, but the bomb is on the other side of the map. 20 seconds left. Do you even go for something at this point? Running out of time. It just has to be a save.
They're not going to.
Yeah, what a disaster.
That is a big disaster when your back's against the wall and you're trying to prevent round 15 before being picked up and you can't even get a proper execute going. Things are just completely falling apart right now for HUMMER Esports. Yeah. Match and series point coming through here.
I mean, it's just such a dissident round. delboNi trying to take a peek on towards Kaze alone. Nothing to really support him. Another player taking a fight, top Banana. And again, nothing doing for that. Those individual fights both being lost. And I mean, with the time left on the clock, round just lost. Off of those 2 little moments.
And you know what's funny is usually Mercury is the top frag for this squad, but it's been everyone else. He's at the bottom. It doesn't matter, right? Because everyone else is doing such an incredible job that he can sit back and say, you know what, we're getting the wins. We have a huge lead. Who cares? Like, whoever's getting the frags, it doesn't matter. And there's going to be a timeout called here for HUMMER to talk things over. But, I mean, what do you do in this situation? Everything is just going the way of your opponent. Yeah. How do you end this momentum?
feels impossible. I mean, what does their money even
Yeah.
look like coming in towards this round? They saved 3 weapons on over, should be able to hobble together a buy, but certainly not what they would like. And you can just see the faces.
Yeah, exactly
They
what
look
I was gonna say.
drained.
They do. And I mean, obviously, late in the day, like I was saying, you know, the team that is getting those rounds, is getting those clutches, will have the energy regained long enough to kind of get things going. You see the difference in their faces, obviously. You're looking at the scoreline, but you look at them on the Rare Adam side, you got the smiles. They're feeling good. Obviously, they're not over-celebrating just yet because there's still that last round, which can be very difficult to find, that they need to get. But on the Hummer side, it's just, they are not feeling too great right now.
Yeah, they can feel the tournament slipping away from them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really such a debilitating thing. You've built up so far, had an opportunity to bring things back, tech delays on Nuke, go into Inferno, and just get rolled over. Such great momentum built in here for Rare Adam. They've been playing a fantastic game of Inferno, and Hummer just yet to find an answer.
It's just the adjustments that come through for Rare Adam, not only on this map, but Nuke prior, like you mentioned. And it's just a shame for Hummer after such a dominant performance on Mirage to have this happen to you.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I mean, I almost give more credit to Rare Adam as a result of that. They take a really tough map loss, completely reset, build back in, and now win map number 2 and are on great course to close the series.
They deserve a ton of credit. A lot of those rounds on T side were extremely difficult to pull off. High degree of difficulty that was maintained. Showtime does get the opener here, so perhaps a little bit of life for Hummer Esports. Takes a lot of damage to get it down to only 9 and gives away the AK to a higher HP player. Goes to the UMP and it doesn't even matter. The nade comes through and finishes him off. Good trade found by Rare Adam.
Advent playing close over towards Banana, but Hummer Esports have reset yet again. They want to double back towards A in the late round here, but it's JamYoung and Kaze holding that AWP trained on the angle, and it looks to be tested here. Kaze can find a shot. Absolutely, they just go in dry. Denako is down 4 versus 3 now. JamYoung still up top of the balcony, and a crossfire now established with his teammate towards the site. Hummer Esports, this is the final stand. 40 seconds left to try and take this fight in towards A, and a flank has already come through. Advent just ran up from the backside, and JamYoung up top to close out a 2-1 victory. Rare Adam keep their life here at Valencia 2022.
Yeah, this match was over at the end of the first half, in my opinion, just because of all those clutches coming through. I think it dejected Hummer enough, and like I mentioned, on your psyche, that the effect it has to lose man advantages, especially the 2-man advantage, that 3v1 where JamYoung just clutched it out and started to bring his team back into it. I mean, what can you do if you're Hummer? Obviously, there was no response that they had at this stage.